In the end, I will know if I'm a genius or retarded. Do you mean one as in one? Let's go check out one. ONEUSDT. And what we've seen here with regards to one recently is a big old pullback, 4-hour time frame, come down, test the 200 simple, boom, test the 200 simple yet again, come in here at key area of support at the 14 cents region, managing to find that we're keeping our feet dry here, and you know, not having broken anything as yet. Yes, big retracement. I mean, we're talking percentage wise moves down the way, near enough 50% drop off in price. Big chunk down the way. Talking about from our previous lows to our highs, you know, coming in and getting some significant areas taken out. But we're looking pretty nifty here, having stayed above this 14 price point. Now, if we can see the prices breaking 15 and a half, that's when things start to get interesting. Your first profit taking target is going to be coming in there just shy of 18 cents, you know, where our previous high was. And we're saying to ourselves, well, if this is the downward trend here, you know, we had our bearishly divergent high that came in, and we saw a downward trend to this point down here at the 11 and something cents. Then we actually maybe reversed the trend with our highs that came in at the golden pocket at that point. Then we of course had to come in for a higher low, which was of course our second test of the 200 simple. Could we then continue on afterwards? Well, the next retaking profit area is going to come in at the next area of equilibrium, and that is of course to be found right here at that just shy of 18 area. Let's call it 18 just to be for brevity. Then what we're looking to is actually to continue on up the way, and if 90% of your portfolio is in on this one, what you're looking for is, well, let's just say that if you just did it there now, you're getting in at around about, let's call it 14 and 14,444. Then you're looking up towards the next target at 32. Perhaps you'll see your 90% of your portfolio turning into 131% profit there, with the target at 33 being the 1618 against the move from the high to this low where we tested 200 simple twice. Now, a couple of words of warning here. 4-hour time frame showing us we've got the volatility gizmo giving us a warning sign. We had it blaring there, pulled down the way, and it's happened again. I'm just kind of wondering about this at this point, you know, how much it's worth putting our stock in this. See, the thing is, we could come up. I feel that it's quite possible that if we do take out these zones again, this 15 and a half area, that we actually do, you know, retest it thereafter. So my key attention is really going to be to how we manage to cope in amongst these zones where we're at our previous high, and will we manage to do it without putting in divergence here? You know, what we want to do is capitalize on the potential strength of this turnaround area for us with this without it turning into hidden bearish divergence, because as we can see, it's higher than our previous high over in that zone, you know, and this would be then hidden bearish divergence if we take out our previous low. So we don't want that to happen. And what we're saying then is that what we need to do is capitalize on this and say, actually, this is a real strong recovery. So what we need to do is take that out without divergence, right? So we need to take out the 18 area and do it without divergence. And there could be a degree of volatility in this zone as we kind of build up whatever head of steam that we need to do to actually conquer this area yet again. So whether or not it happens super quick or not overall is almost a moot point when you're talking about between here and hither and thither being 20%. So it's a decent enough move up the way just before you're even properly asking questions about how we'd be conquering that zone, etc. So plenty of trading to be had here. Is it a decent buy at this price? Well, all you can really say is that if this is a downward trend, it came in pretty hard, pretty quick with bullish divergence. We've come in for a higher low so far, having taken out our previous low as part of the previous lower high as part of the downward tail over there with this move, and we've come in for a higher low so far at the two previously identified for other reasons key support areas that we had on the charts right between these two zones, which are now sandwiching these two moving averages. And on the 24-hour time frame, sure, we're miles away. So if we did from other things, we could drop down to 10. That would be your next low as overall, if you're looking at this from a very longer term point of view, what could be like an extended bull flag. But at this point here, I feel like the flagging's done, and that this little hint of a V should be the the 24-hour time frame here should be the catalyst, that where we say that this is the most incredible, disgusting, hidden bullish divergence I've ever seen in my entire life on almost anything. Look at all that, then bang, and this is after just a relatively short period of time. We've done enough in terms of all the movements, but it's a relatively short period of time to get that 50% in, create this hidden bullish divergence, and then whack-a-mole towards the top side without having taken out any of our moving averages or really broken any structure. It makes it an incredible potential move. And what we're seeing is then that you've got that weak hand, strong hand dynamic with the DMI showing us negative cross right here. So we know that the movement's down the way, but it could slam the price down, but also we're positioned right there to give us another cross, and a positive cross, and actually see it come into something. So we know that the way that you overcome any of that sort of difficulty is just with simple risk management, sticking on actually just ditching all these drawings real quick for now and sticking on a long position, so you can see that if you were to do simple risk management in any of these zones, and say that you don't want to take out that previous wick over there, and you're looking up towards trying our previous highs again, you're getting an 8-to-1 risk to reward. So take out our previous low, ditch it, go up towards our previous high, then or that zone 8-to-1. So you get to choose whatever you want. Golden pocket, then you're getting 4-to-1. So it's not hard to come up with ideas. If we see movements, obviously that's off the back of us coming back down below 14 again. If we see us coming down below 14 and you're trying it like that type of idea, realistically you're probably more likely to be wanting to trade along these lines. And yeah, there's decent opportunities to be had, but if we go all the way up for the best trade on this coin at the minute, you're still looking at a sort of 8-to-1 easily, in terms of just getting in at support and trading off of support and resistance. I don't know if that's the coin that you're talking about, mate, but if it was, then great, there's some TA on it. If it wasn't, then great, there's some TA on it. And you know what, I'm really happy to have had everybody here. So just really let me just check in with everybody. I'm at the end of the show.